Alright. What's up, everyone? Welcome to a live goddamn edition of the Daddygate podcast. I am your host, the most exquisite truthy poop, often imitated, but very seldom duplicated. Alright, what's up, y'all? Welcome to what should be a fun-ass show tonight. Let us start out with these exquisite goddamn shout-outs. What's up, DJ Massey? We're gonna play his intro beat at the very start of the Cameraman interview. What's up, Brian PCs? What's up, Weeping Willow on Satin Pillars? Jeff Swig. What's up, Secret Squirrel? Elias Grapes. All right. Who else we got up in here? Ms. Heavy. Hell yeah. Mary on G of G's. Definitely in the house. You know what I'm saying? Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's see. Who else we got up in here? Miss Two. Hell yeah. Miss Lemons. Amy W. Welcome to the stream. She's already giggling. Because she knows what's up. That's why. What's up, Miss Sunflower Empress? Hell yeah. Thank you for making it out. All right. So this is going to be a fun stream. So we are going to be doing the Daddygate podcast. We're going to be replaying the Cameraman interview. If you saw the Cameraman interview, you guys know what it is. You guys know what time it is. And you guys realize that it was epic. I'm not just hyping it up. I think 9 out of 10 experts will agree with me when I say that was one of the most epic interviews ever. And maybe I'm just hyping myself up, but after you guys listen to it, and if you haven't listened to it, you will concur. The ending is epic, so don't ruin it. There's probably going to be people that listen to it with us, and so don't ruin it for them. Let them come into the surprise. I did make some edits to it, and if you want the entire episode uncut, raw as it was live, it also it was a 5-hour stream. Brian Harvey joined me after the stream, and that was a stream where I fell asleep, and then my boy Brian Harvey picked up the microphone and took over while I was snoring in the background. One of the most epic live streams of all time, for sure. And if you want that version, the 5-hour version, I think I put the link in the description of this video. I haven't checked. Let me check here, everyone. But yeah, you will not want to miss that. Oh shit, there I am. Okay, so in the video description, yeah, I have there you go. It's on my Odyssey channel, and if you haven't subscribed to me on Odyssey and you want my content, hit that MF subscribe button. I got 499 subs last time I checked. I need one more to hit that 500 mark. So smash it, goddammit. But this is gonna be a fun episode tonight, y'all. So without further ado, let's get to it. Hope you guys enjoy it. And yeah, I will catch you after the thing. You know what? I'm gonna put if you guys want to call in, I'm gonna pin. If you guys want to talk a little bit about this epic episode, It doesn't have to be one person. It could be multiple people. So if you guys want to call in, we'll do it, and we'll do 1 hour. I don't want to go all night. We'll do just a little bit. You know, we'll just do the tip, and that's it. We're not gonna go balls deep, if you will. So I will put the link in the description. So if you guys want to call in after the show, you guys could go ahead. I'm not gonna do anything with it. But let's see, pin message. So it is a pin message now, the StreamYard link. So after we play this cameraman interview, check it out. All right, this is about an hour, and I will be in the live chat with y'all, enjoying the laughs and the giggles. And if anyone wants to make a comment about it or whatever, feel free to call in. It doesn't have to be one person. It could be multiple people. We can have a rhetorical orgy, if you will. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. Without further ado, here is the interview.
What is the truth? Channel. What is the truth? What is the truth channel? What is the truth?
Yeah. Welcome to the What is Truth podcast. I am your host, Wheezy Poo Poo. Thank you guys for showing up. This is going to be the little backup channel here. And been a recipient of essentially 3 copyright strikes from Daddy. Had one on my main channel that got removed, and then recently got another one. We had another one on Daddygate, so that's 3 fucking strikes. All illegal, all false, all bullshit. I had received earlier word that James Esposito, not to be confused with the hit song Despacito, will be joining us. I last spoke with him. Let me check. He said he was going to be ready by 9:30, so I'm going to go ahead. I've asked him to message me on Skype. I still haven't received the message, but I told him 9:30, so that's 30 minutes from now, which is perfectly fine, so we can go over some stuff. To preface what could be an epic conversation, I wanted to remain calm. There are no mods in tonight's stream. Anyone that was banned on my main channel, you will find yourself unbanned here. And if we are on good terms, comment on this video when it gets uploaded and I will unban you on the main channel as well. This is a new slate. This is a new channel. Let's carry the positivity forward. And if anyone does, because there are no mods right now, anyone decides that it's a free-for-all and gets
I'm a cameraman.
crazy, I will ban you right here and right now. So this is a clean slate for everyone. So just watch yourselves, behave, and we'll be good. Oh shit, Mr. James Esposito's here. All right, y'all. Here we go. How you doing, sir?
Oh, hi, Trophy. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Is this Mr. Esposito here?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so, pleased to meet you.
Likewise, nice to meet you. I was just getting the stream started and wasn't sure if you had got my messages.
I've been out for a bit today, but I'm not used to Skype, so I wasn't sure what to do. But, it seems quite straightforward.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, before we get into the fun stuff, who is James Esposito? Can you give us a little bit of background? Am I saying your name right? Because I'm saying it with a little Spanish twist. What's the preferred way of me saying it?
Well, it's either Esposito in Italian or Esposito.
Okay. Copy
so,
that,
two ways of saying it. But most people say Esposito.
That's how I say it, with my Latin background. So, I don't want to offend you. So if I'm out of line, let me know.
You're in Florida, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because I had a friend in Florida, and I went to stay over there for a couple of summers, and I spent like about 6 months over in Clearwater.
Yes.
Around there. So I like the weather beaches over there. It's I liked it.
Well, I'm going to crack open a beverage.
About me?
Yeah, let's hear about a little bit of background of who you are, what what kind of work you've done, and give people an idea of who we're hearing from tonight.
I'm a freelance cameraman and editor, and I've been working for about 20 years or so, and I've filmed all sorts from corporate videos, wedding videos, documentaries, films, short films, music videos. So I've been doing lots of different work for about 20 years. And now I'm kind of working with Sean, and we're doing sort of lots of documentaries, lots of podcasts. And so that's what we're sort of working on at the moment. And I'm working on various projects, and
Copy that.
Music videos. So I've been doing, and I've kind of done filming for a while.
Right.
Have you said you saw my ayahuasca documentary?
I did, sir. I did.
And you said it was okay, nothing special.
I liked it. It wasn't bad. So I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah.
After you called myself and Chancer amateurs, I wanted to.
Yeah, I think I'm just joking with you guys, because when you're texting and chatting online, it's easy to like make a joke, and if I'm saying something against you, it's just like it's kind of done tongue in cheek, so I don't mean it.
Well, there's a couple. Well, you did send me some DMs in the past as well that were a little heated.
Yeah.
So,
well,
we did have that rocky.
Really.
Just full disclosure, we did have a little bit of a rocky introduction, if you will. And, I
probably the reason I do it is because I think a lot of you guys are wrong about what Sean's doing,
and that's why I have you here.
Yeah, and I think he's doing a really good job, and he's trying to raise awareness on some serious issues, and I feel really good about working with him to help expose things like corruption and like the wrong that's happening in society. And when I hear lots of people trolling him, it's like you just see that as an attack on people that are doing good things. So
would you consider myself a troll?
Technically, you're probably not as bad as some trolls, but I think
I'm just asking questions, man. I don't consider myself to me, a troll is someone who is doing stuff maliciously, spreading misinformation, lies, you name it, and it's nothing but malicious intent behind it. And if you've heard me before, I was an avid fan of Sean's. I didn't start out from, you know, a bad beginning. You know, oh, I already hated the guy. Now I'm gonna jump on this guy. No, that's far from it. I was a super fan, and due to this whole Daddygate, and Sean has referenced you as being his right-hand man, essentially. You knowing everything, the tops, the bottoms, everything of Daddygate. So that's why, you know, I'm going to give you credit where it's due. I did not think you were going to call in. I was even thinking
I was
you
busy
were not...
last week, but I was always planning to talk to you this evening.
Right. Yeah, well, especially after this week with the false copyright strike. What are your feelings on that copyright strike?
What copyright strike?
You didn't hear Mr. Attwood copyright strike my video early this week?
No. Oh, what happened?
So, did you see a video that was released by Sean? It's featuring Callie, which we presume is in jail. And she's basically saying that she was feeding myself and Brian Harvey a bunch of garbage, and she had us all fooled, and it was, you know, it was all a big joke, essentially. Having a laugh, and as they're having a laugh, they never once mentioned the victim, and that's one of the things that has really pissed me off. You know, if I'm to be frank, there's no mention of the victim. It's just it's a huge joke.
In the car crash.
Yes.
Yeah, that is like a really bad thing, isn't it? And
no remorse, no remorse whatsoever. And that's one. So can someone be a troll for simply being that's bothered a lot of people. But in essence, he called me mentally ill. He called myself and Brian Harvey mentally ill. And you know, this was all fun and games, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I responded to that video. I took clips of that video, and I have the full unedited video or version of the video that got copyright struck. It's in my Odyssey. If you guys go to my main channel and anyone's interested, I'll send you the link so you can see it on Odyssey. And
I'll
have a
look at it.
Yeah, tell me how that is a fair and legal copyright strike. There's nothing legal about it.
I know a little bit about copyright law. If you use someone else's material and you use too much, I think that is breach of copyright.
Yes.
Fair use copyright law is if you use a small section of something and it's done for educational purposes or criticism, and you can't profit from it either. So maybe if you're running adverts on the video, that could be seen as you're making profit from it.
No adverts.
Then it's not under fair use law.
I cut the video into very. I'll send it to you and so that you can see it for yourself. But everyone that saw it, I'm yet to meet anyone that saw that video like, well, you know, I could see where he's got a case. Here's the other part to it, Mr. Esposito. Yeah. He let another person with a YouTube channel this person had about 230 subs at the time. He let her put the video on his channel, full version, okay? And the video was clearly calling me mentally ill. He's saying the what is truth channel and laughing, you know, making a mockery.
Yeah.
He put the video on her channel, or she put it on her channel. I asked her if it was, you know, that I was gonna take some of that footage and make my own video with that footage, and she told me nothing. Sean said you couldn't do it. She didn't say nothing about that. I did everything by the book. I put the video up, and like I said, it's stopped, and then I make commentary per segment, because the original video is about 4 minutes. My video is about 11 minutes. I stopped the video, make a comment addressing, and I added music, I added pictures. It was a completely, entirely different video than the original video. So to get a copyright strike in that fashion was completely false. And I'm sure you know what the ramifications are for false copyright strikes. Am I correct?
Yeah, you can get your channel taken down.
Or a reverse strike. And the problem is, this isn't the first time he's done this to me. This is essentially the third copyright strike in the same matter. And the only explanation that I have for it is that he wants to silence me for speaking out the damn truth. If he's got nothing to hide, why copyright strike something that...
Yeah. Well, what you could do to be safe is just don't use any material from other people's websites or pictures.
This wasn't on
music.
his website, though. This is what I'm getting at. This wasn't...
So maybe the person who had the channel's copyrighted strike.
The copyright strike came from Sean Attwood.
Right. Well, yeah, I don't know about that.
This is what's driving me crazy, Mr. James.
Yeah, but I don't know about this. I'm working with Sean fairly soon, so I'll ask him about it and then see what it's all about. But I don't know anything about it, so what can I say?
Fair. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
What I do with Sean is I film the podcasts, I edit them, I edit other videos, we work on documentaries together. I don't know all of his business and everything he does, so I can't comment if I don't know anything about something.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
But
I'm happy to answer questions, because probably the reason I'm talking to you is that I feel that you just guess at things, and you've got these assumptions, and sometimes you've just guessing at things which can't be true. And without
what are some of these assumptions that I have guessed at? Could you clarify?
One thing is that everyone seems to assume that I was filming this Daddygate video. So I've been trolled myself. I've had trollers saying that I was filming the Daddygate video. I've never even met Callie until recently, and I had one guy.
When you mean recently, what time frame are we looking at?
About a month ago.
Okay.
So I knew of her, but I hadn't even met her until about a month ago. But anyway, I had Poet Laundrette, who was making a series of videos about me, demanding that I answer questions about whether I filmed that video or not. And what gives you the right, or a troll the right, to demand that I have to answer questions about something? So I ignored that. By ignoring that guy, Poet Laundrette, he just kept on and on saying I was involved in this video and I was filming it, and it was completely false. He went online and started to print photos of me on videos. Then he published the details of my home address through Company's House, so everyone could see the videos of my home address. And then I started getting trolled by other people. So then I had hundreds of people trolling me because some guy had thought I was somewhere filming something when it was completely false.
And
that's what gets me angry. That's why I leave these jokey comments on people's sites, because you're all guessing at stuff and you haven't got the evidence to back it up.
I have. Did you listen to the landlady on my podcast?
Some of it, yeah.
You need to see. You're saying that I'm guessing about things, but if you're only getting some of it, how do you know what I'm saying isn't true? I just gave you.
I think some of it is true.
What would you say that is true that I've said? I guess what could be a point of agreement between you and I regarding that, Wood?
Well, I've only listened to some of that landlady video, and maybe, yeah, she is telling the truth, but I don't know. I'm not the landlady. I didn't rent the flat out. And what were some of the problems? Wasn't the flat trashed or something?
It was trashed. There are many problems, and if you you're more than welcome to double check, and by listening to the both times that I had the landlady on, and if there was any question as to whether this person was authentic or not, Sean gave us a statement, an official statement regarding the landlady. So why would he make an official statement to rebut, quote unquote, the landlady if she wasn't the real person? So that to me verified beyond any reasonable doubt that she was who she said she was, because it shot out this response. And not only that, Callie was extremely pissed off by listening to the landlady. It really got under their skin. One of the claims that the landlady made was that obviously the place was trashed, drugs were being used on the premises, and even some of the furnishings were stolen, including a kid's mattress, which was verified in CCTV footage. So I made another stream with the CCTV footage from the flat, and it shows Callie there. It shows 3 men putting a children's mattress into it. It's damning evidence. And the other thing was, when Callie leased out that property, Attwood provided basically like a employment verification letter, and it stated, and it was fraudulent. The company has been defunct for 6 years, and the letter basically said that Callie was gonna be working as a carer for about 30,000 pounds a year. That never happened. She was continuing to do adult work in that property itself. So do you see what I'm saying?
Well,
There's so much damning. When the landlady came on, to me, it pretty much sealed the deal. We had been saying the GoFundMe was a complete sham, and having the landlady come on and destroy it and we had the CCTV footage to back it up. We had the fake the fake letter of employment from Mr. Attwood. I mean, we had the evidence. So,
well, I don't know so much about this, but you mentioned the GoFundMe thing. I do know that GoFundMe had investigated everything, and it was all legitimate.
How do you know this? See, you're saying it. You asked me for the evidence, and I can prove it. I have the CCTV footage. I have the landlady on. That's the evidence. How can we prove that GoFundMe actually investigated this? How do we verify?
Well, that's just what we've been told. How do you know?
Who told you that?
How do you know the funds have been used for anything else?
How do I know? Because what the landlady?
Because of land.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. This isn't really my business. I don't know about this.
Well,
I wouldn't know.
Well, I'm giving you some. See, this is a little.
Am I responsible for this? Am I supposed to?
I'm not saying you're responsible for it. What I am saying though, Sean has continuously labeled you basically like a right-hand man. I have the clips, and I'm gonna play those here.
Like deal with property stuff with him.
Yeah, no.
I'm a cameraman.
I understand. I understand.
Agent.
We're gonna go real deep. We're gonna go hard in the paint when it comes to Daddygate. But you had asked me, what's he doing wrong, and I just wanted to give you this whole thing with the landlady is a perfect example, because when it comes to Daddygate, according to Sean, the insides and outs of the entire prank, so you should be no stranger to anything that we talk about.
This is where I could give you some information.
Right.
So the landlady things I don't know about. The Daddygate video, I know that Sean was just really getting trolled.
Let's
by
clarify
lots of
something.
people.
When it comes to the Daddygate video, I want to clarify something. Or for the prank, the prank video. For the prank, we saw one clip where it looks like Callie's recording the whole thing from her cell phone on a couch, and according to the prank, they were snorting flour, if we're to believe that.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay.
That's what it was
That-
all
well,
about.
that's-
So
That's
right,
one part.
okay, let me clear
finish,
up one thing.
Let me finish this
Okay,
up,
go
though,
on.
Mr. Esposito. That's one part of the quote unquote prank. The
Yeah.
other part that rarely gets mentioned by Sean are the daddy video where Callie is on her knees in pigtails, dressed as a little girl. This
Yeah.
alleged victim of human trafficking calling him daddy, unzipping his pants, ready to suck him off, and the multiple naked pictures of Callie all over his flat. That has never Sean never really, for whatever reason, talks about that part of the prank. So let's cover it all.
Yeah. So what I understand was that Androgyny was criticising Sean quite a lot. There was other number of trolls on his back, and I think because I started with Sean when he kind of started the True Crime podcast, I think what has surprised a lot of people is the amount of negativity and trolling he's got, and it started with Jamie Morgan Kane, and I think Sean had he was hacked, and it was relentless, and it was a big surprise. And I think as the channel's grown, he's had more and more people just going onto the channel to really have a go at him. So one way he felt that he wanted to get back at the trolls was to play a prank on them, and especially Androgyny. And so Sean called me, said, "Look, we've got the prank video." Some people said I filmed it all and did that, but all I did was edit the video. I made the thumbnail that featured Androgyny, and it was directed at Androgyny to make fun of her and him.
How
or her.
does that?
And
How was that supposed to make fun of a troll? It doesn't make any sense. It didn't make sense then. All these months later, that whole explanation that it was a prank on some trolls, it doesn't. Let's just call it what it is. I'm being straight up. I'm being blunt. It's not believable at all, man.
And also, Callie's there was a plan to do these videos as to try to trap paedophiles. So what I've heard was.
What do you mean you heard? From who?
Yeah, what I've heard is that it was a plan to that Daddygate video was a plan to use to trap paedophiles as part of the paedophile hunting group.
That's what Callie says, and
yeah,
that is not believable at all, James. Do you see where someone in my position and most people tuning in right now that don't believe anything? Do you see why we're skeptical?
Yeah, I mean,
it sounds like complete bullshit.
You can believe one thing or the other, but
what's more reasonable? I mean, if you believe in, do you believe in the Occam's razor?
What's that? No, I don't know about it.
It's essentially, let me get you the correct definition, but it's essentially what is more likely to be true. You know?
Yeah. Well, sometimes
is it more likely that they fucked up? They got
unexpected.
No, but do you see what I'm saying? Is it more likely?
Yeah, I can say that. Yes, I can see why some people do believe one thing over the other. But I'm actually starting to work with paedophile hunters, and this stuff does go on because you have to have people that pose as kids to try and trap paedophiles, and I've been filming paedophile hunters.
She's 30 years old, though, man. She's not a decoy. When you do those things, you get someone in their early 20s. That's what a lot of these pedophile hunter groups do.
Yeah.
Chris Hansen, she's in her 30s, man. It's not believable one bit. Let me read you the definition of Occam's razor.
Okay.
Let's see. The principle this is attributed to William of Occam, that in explaining a thing, no more assumptions should be made than are necessary. The principle is often invoked to defend reductionism or nominalism. So, these defenses that you have provided, for these prank videos, that's their thing. And again, it just, all it does is raise more questions than necessary. What is more than likely happened was there was a romantic relationship going on.
But
The
that's
videos got
kind of
leaked, and now the
that's
cover-up
guesswork, isn't
unfolded.
it?
That is the most likely and most reasonable way of looking at it.
Oh, Trophy. Can I ask your name, or should I call you?
You can call me Truthy, Zeus,
Trophy.
Wheezy.
But do you go by a real name, or?
I do have a real name.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Wheezy, I've been called Wheezy since I was a teenager.
Like it's a nickname.
Yeah. So that is essentially my real name. I've gone by that nickname since I was a kid.
Right. Okay. So Wheezy Trophy.
Whatever you feel comfortable though with.
Yeah,
sir.
I'll call you Trophy. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So like with like things that happen sometimes it's the truth can be really strange, can't it? So you can only guess at some things. I mean, like, how would I know about all this stuff?
Well, he's called you the his right hand man. You know what? Are you watching the stream at all, Mr. Esposito?
Yeah.
Are you watching the stream?
Well, I've got it on my phone.
Okay.
So I'm kind of just talking to you like I'm taking a phone call.
Oh, okay, I got you. I'm gonna play the footage of Attwood calling you his right hand man. Give me a few seconds. You're not gonna hear anything on your end, but I will repeat word for word what he said. And we've 2 separate clips. He calls you his right hand man during the Daddygate.
So yeah, watch it then, and I'll hear what you have to say.
Alrighty, here we go. So give me a few seconds. You're gonna hear silence. It's about a minute of silence, and then I'll come back.
Okay.
All right.
James, the cameraman, was the only one who knew.
Right, and you involved James because you wanted that as a witness?
Yes.
James, my cameraman, he's been getting all of the clips. He's my guarantor of all of this. If it all goes wrong, he knows all our communications from the get-go about this.
All right. So in those 2 clips, and one of them is from the now infamous B&T with Sonia Polton, where she was grilling him regarding the whole Daddygate deal. Yeah. And in that, Sean is saying both times that you were his right-hand man, and you knew everything about what was going on. So to hear you say that you didn't know about that part, it makes him.
I think
it makes him a lie. He's lying, or someone's lying here.
Yeah, I think when it went on to brand YouTube, I think he was told to say that for some reason, and I think Sean went along with it because he wanted to keep his job. So he said that because he was told to say that. That's what I've come to learn. Yeah.
Yeah. It's.
But I'm aware of kind of what happens, but I think with you guys, it's like you kind of guess a lot of the time about what
guessed,
sort of happens. And
you've said that several times, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything, but you said that several times, and it sounds like it's kind of an attempt to discredit anything that I've said or done, or same thing with Chancer. Can you give me an example of
Yeah.
where we've guessed
Well,
and
you've got
we've been wrong.
I mean, it's good for you to ask the questions. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, like you assumed, I was heavily involved in all of this, and I haven't been. With the prank video, Sean called me. He said, "I've got a few videos. We're going to play a prank on androgyny. Can you edit these together?" I did that.
Did you ask
and-
him, like, did you ever question this? Like, hey, man, this sounds like a stupid ass idea. Why would you play a prank on a troll?
Yeah, because afterwards I did think it was a bit silly because, I mean, all Sean's work, it's activism style work. So he's dealing with serious issues, and a prank video wasn't the right thing to do because I mean, Sean deals with serious issues that you shouldn't be making light of. And I think when Sean called me and said, "Can you put this video together?" it was just a quick editing job, and it was a quick phone call as well.
Yeah.
So I put the video together, sent it back to him, and then it was done. But at the time, I did think, oh, it is a bit childish to do something like that, and it
Did
doesn't
you tell
fit
him
with
that?
what.
Did
No,
you-
it was just the fault because the job was a fairly quick editing job, and I just sort of took the call, did the job, sent it back, and then it was kind of afterwards you think, oh, that this doesn't really sit well with the rest of the content on his channel.
It doesn't.
But I think because, like, sort of seeing how Sean sort of takes the criticism, he wanted to get back at androgyny because he was being quite like spiteful, and it was relentless trolling, really. So
that
like,
called for
lots
that.
of criticism.
So, I guess to follow it up,
And I think, it's like it was the wrong thing to do, but it's just weird that it's been going on for. I mean, there's your channel like based
but
on this
it's
Daddygate
because
thing.
the BS continues, James. These copyright strikes
Yeah.
that are
Well, I
completely
don't
false
think
and
it's gonna-
illegal.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to carry on for much longer because I think people are just getting, it's just going over the same thing.
This
again
is
and
my
again.
secondary channel, James. I only had about 700 subs to start the
Yeah.
stream. We have about 350 people live on the stream right now.
Yeah.
And for a channel this size, that is a massive amount of viewers. So
Yeah.
what that tells me is you're essentially saying people are getting bored of it. I'm sure some people are, but there's still a lot of people that are highly interested in this, and they wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have this amount of people on a channel with only 700 subs if people weren't interested at the end of the day.
Yeah. Right. What about, like, I think we're all like trying to achieve, like, we want the same things in society, don't we? So we want to end like child abuse and all the corruption that's going on. We're all, I think, because you said you were a fan of Sean Attwood to begin with.
A former
You
fan.
watched his channel.
Yes.
And, like, don't you agree with the key messages from his website, like, or his channels? So, like, end the war on drugs because it's just causing so many problems
But why?
in society.
So then, why did they call for the abuse of an autistic, brain-damaged abuse victim? You know, that's essentially what happened. And
But
Sean
see,
admitted
from
to
what
that much on the BNT. He goes, he admitted he was wrong. He apologized for it. But then in the recent video, he's basically saying that Callie, it was all Callie's fault. But you mentioned earlier that Callie was playing the role of a decoy, and it was an elaborate way to catch. So why was Sean Attwood playing the role of the pedophile?
Yeah, I don't know. Are you talking about this Daddygate video?
Yeah, where she's on her knees with the
Yeah.
pigtails, unzipping his pants, and you could just hear him moaning. He's getting ready for pleasure. if they're role playing, why did he choose to play the role of the pedophile?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that video at all. I know off the video, but
You haven't seen it? It's only like 10 seconds.
Yeah, I have seen it. I know of the video, but I don't know about how it was produced, like physically sort of filmed. But I do have been told that it was.
You say who told you this though?
Sean. So he said that Callie had used this video as part of like an entrapment for paedophiles, because she was setting up as a paedophile hunter. So that video was to be used on her adult work site to trap paedophiles.
But you edited that video, right?
Only the prank video.
But I thought both of them were prank videos, according to Sean.
Okay.
So is that another?
From my understanding, I thought the Daddygate one was to trap paedophiles and to be used as a paedophile hunting.
Are you starting to understand why we see Sean the way we do? This stuff doesn't add up, James. Be straight up with me. I can't stress this enough. I thank you for willing to come on, and I think you're trying to answer as honest as you can, but at the same time, when I ask you some damning stuff, you kind of backpedal, or you didn't know about this or that. It's like it doesn't sit well with me, man. And I don't think you're doing it on purpose. It's just.
But see, how should I know everything about?
He said business? You did. He said you did that. I played the clips.
It's like me saying to you, asking you a question about Chancer. Do you know all of Chancer's business?
I know a lot of his business.
Okay. Maybe I'll think of some questions that you should answer then. Yeah, and if you don't know the answers, you must be hiding something.
No, not at all. But when Sean goes on 2 separate occasions. This wasn't during the same, sit-down interview. On 2 separate occasions, he said you knew the inside and outs of Daddygate and the whole prank situation. This is why when I ask you something and you don't have an answer for it, he's either lying. Something's not adding up.
Well, I'm telling you what my understanding is of that, and. I mean, I don't know anything else. Do you want me to make something up and
No, I don't.
tell you?
I just want the truth. And so, with your answer,
you what I know.
Yeah, and with the answer you provided, we have to. The only conclusion. See, you say I guess a lot. I don't want to guess, but the only reasonable conclusion is that Sean lied. You do not know everything about Daddygate or the prank.
I think Sean's a good guy, and I believe him. I don't think he lies. And
why don't you think he lies?
Because I'm quite a good judge of character. I think he's a good person. He's doing good work.
How old are you, Mr. Esposito?
I see him around lots of people all the time, and he's a kind person. He's just a good person.
There's a lot of people that thought Epstein was a good guy.
And I wouldn't put him down as a liar.
What if I can prove to you... Okay, I know you were on your phone, so you couldn't listen to the clips of Sean admitting that... Sean said that you were his guarantor in the whole situation. Does that ring a bell?
For the prank video?
Yes.
Yeah, I helped him edit the prank video.
That doesn't explain.
And he told me when he called me to say, can I edit a video for him? It's a prank video to get back at androgyny.
But that doesn't make sense, man. You see.
But that's what he told me.
James,
do you want me to lie and say something?
No,
what would you like me to say?
I'm not telling you to answer me. I don't want that. I just want you to be honest with me.
What would be a more favourable answer for you?
The truth.
That is the truth.
You're saying...
But what else could I say? What would please you? What answer would please you?
Here's where the issue is lying right now. is that you, a few seconds ago or couple of minutes ago, you said that you just can't see Sean lying.
No, I think he's a good guy. And
that's what I mean.
I think
That's
he's truthful.
that's the biggest issue. You already have that narrative in your head. So no matter what I show you, no matter what evidence I bring forth, it's not going to do anything to change your mind, because in your mind you can't see this.
No, you could change my mind, but I
what evidence would I need to show
know.
you? What evidence would I need to bring forth? And I will work hard on it.
Conclusive evidence that's quite good evidence. I don't know. You'd have to show me the evidence.
Do you see how ridiculous? And I'm not trying to be insulting, but it sounds ridiculous because you're willing to believe or take Sean's word that the Cali video where she's with the pigtails, calling him daddy, was part of. It's a 10-second clip, but you're willing to believe that it was all part of a trap, for pedophiles.
Yeah,
but you're willing to dismiss that it wasn't anything.
Can I just ask you a question? Right.
Yeah,
so you're saying for me to be transparent and honest about things.
100%.
Why can't you tell me your real name? I'll
give you the honest answer.
Yeah, your full name.
I'll give you the honest answer as to why.
Yeah.
I do cover a lot of conspiracy.
Yeah.
Type of subjects.
What do you think about the 9/11 conspiracy? Do you think the American government
played a role in
planned the attack?
I believe the American government played a role in it. I believe Israeli intelligence also played a role in it. And I believe Saudi Arabia also played a role in it, because most of the alleged hijackers all came from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
So
did you see the Sean's podcast with David Icke, the second one?
No, I can't stomach him, man.
Who, David Icke?
No, Sean, I can't stomach him.
No,
man.
Right. I felt that podcast was probably one of the best podcasts I've ever seen, and it was an honour to have filmed that. And that podcast, it kind of made my opinion of the 9/11 attacks. It just sort of made it so clear that the Americans set that all
I'm pretty
knowledgeable.
Itself. I'm pretty knowledgeable when it comes to that, and I want to
check that podcast.
I'm gonna have,
and then
I'm gonna have I'm gonna have someone better than David Icke coming on my show in July.
Okay. Well, I'll look out
on
for
July.
That.
He's miles ahead of David Icke. He is the king of conspiracy theories. He will be on my show. I said July. In June, he will be on my show.
I'll look
in June.
out for that.
But
this Sophie, could you just tell me why you have to hide your name?
I'm getting to it because
I
cover that genre. I get freaked out. I have a family of my own. I don't want to draw more attention than I need to. I'm comfortable.
You should be a bit braver and just be open about calling out corrupt people like the American government. I'm not afraid to do it. I go on marches and protests and make documentaries about it.
Yeah, you also threatened Poet to hunt him down and make a video about him. I know. Yeah. I know that. You asked me a question and I'm trying to answer it.
Okay.
So that's the biggest reason, is because of the genre that I'm covering. Lately, I have had...
But we cover the same genres. Sean goes into dark places and talks about powerful people.
But he's protected because if I talk about Epstein on my main channel, I don't have any shot at getting monetized. And yet Sean gets to monetize all his stuff.
Are you doing it for the money then? Is that all you care about, being monetized?
That has nothing to do with it. What I'm saying is he has to have some kind of connections. Same thing with the copyright strike.
Yeah.
For my video to get removed within 5 freaking hours of release, he has connections with YouTube. He can, when other channels are getting kicked out for talking about Epstein or Maxwell, when other channels see, if we were on my channel having this same conversation, I would avoid it. I would tell you right now. But this is a newer channel, smaller channel. I can be a little bold, but I would not be.
So you don't need to worry about having your channel removed then. So because you've got backup channels, so there shouldn't be that concern for not revealing who you are.
I'm telling you,
and because that's why people think you're a troll.
You asked
because
me
you're faceless,
James.
Also, you
you asked me a question.
You don't show your face on camera. We don't know anything about you, and it's like you're these trolls because you've got this impression of a troll hiding under a bridge out of sight.
Look, James.
Okay, carry on, Truthie. Yeah.
I'm trying to answer your question.
Okay.
But every time I start getting into it, you cut me off. And I try to be, whenever I have guests, I try to let you say what you need to say, and then I come in. The reason I'm bringing up my other channel, I've had several lunatics come after me. I guess you can call them trolls, yeah.
Yeah.
These guys never talk about Attwood, but they will go full on trashing myself and some of these other folks. But these people, if you go to their videos, have made death threats against me. They said Truthy needs to get Epsteined.
These people are idiots, aren't they? They're keyboard warriors that just write anything about all sorts of people.
I'm not done, James.
Yeah, and you're not just guessing that yourself. There's people that have had
everywhere.
Their children killed, like famous murder cases in this country. They get trolled by nasty trolls who leave horrible comments that are just evil and nasty. So everyone gets it.
I remain anonymous. Mr. Esposito, like, I'm trying to, this person that I'm talking about that has said I need to get Epsteined.
Yeah, but how serious a threat do you see that? Do you think it's some idiot writing a message on a keyboard that lives in another country or in another continent?
But I'm trying to answer your question. You're not letting me.
Yeah.
You're not letting me.
Okay.
It's a multifaceted answer to your question. And I want to address it because I'm sure you're not the only one that has that same question. So let me address it, and I want to put it to bed. I don't mind answering it. If people have these questions, I want to get to the bottom of it, and I want to erase any doubt. So this person has tried to figure out where I live, has tried to get me fired from jobs, has put out PSA announcements to get me removed from my work, has started rumors that I'm an ex-cop that got kicked out of the police force for rape, has made all these bogus ass accusations against me. And so when I look at this, and it's one person with 50 million accounts, okay? This person, because of this one fucking person, I am so goddamn glad that I decided to go anonymous. And,
can't you report them for harassment?
I'm not gonna talk more on it because this person is listening right now. This person has listened to every single minute of every single second that I have ever said on any podcast and YouTube video. This person is a certified loon bag, and the thing is, there's another person that has criticized me for not showing them my face. Meanwhile, this person doesn't put their real name on YouTube, so. All these characters.
That's the whole problem with the internet, isn't it? That people are kind of faceless and they can write all these comments. I wouldn't worry about it so much, but
do you see what I mean?
I suppose you're protecting yourself. Yeah, if you're worried about your job, then I suppose that's a reason for concern.
Look, someone just gave me a message that one of the crazy Looney Tune is in this stream right now.
Right.
And what do you think I'm going to do right now?
Tell them to F off?
Yep. So I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. And I see multiple. This person has 50 accounts, and they're in here saying all these things. I didn't have. See, I try to give people. Fucking asshole.
Well,
see, this is what I mean. James, do you understand why
this is what people do?
But do you understand? Do you have a little bit? this
I see where you're
explanation.
coming from now. Yeah,
This
so I can see why you remain anonymous.
This explanation I gave you, in my opinion, maybe I'm biased, seems to be much more reasonable than the daddy video being to hunt pedophiles.
Yeah, well, they're two different things, aren't they?
They're two different things, but it's more. It's a hell of a
so,
lot more reasonable.
Yeah, what's really weird is that there's a lot of people, and I don't know if you follow the theory as well, but everyone's saying that there's this massive counterintelligence operation going on, where Sean and John Wedger and other people are counterintelligence. And haven't you mentioned something about that as well?
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry.
So there's an argument online with YouTubers who all claim that Sean and John Wedger and lots of people, they're all part of a counterintelligence operation, which is just absolutely ludicrous. But it's all these trolls, they're making really good use out of this, and they're making video after video saying that what John Wedger's doing, what Sean Attwood's doing, is all a massive counterintelligence operation to confuse everyone. It's just silly. For all I know, you could be working for the government, and you could be part of a counterintelligence operation. It's just guessing and accusing people of stuff without any real evidence. And this is what
I think part of the evidence,
this is dragging on for ages, is because people are guessing. They're sitting at home on computers and thinking, oh, this could happen. And then a YouTuber will say, oh, they're all working for the counterintelligence services. And then everyone else is feeding the theories. And it's all just on hearsay, isn't it? And it's like Chinese whispers. And it's
let me ask you this.
Weird.
If you want to go down that route, were you the cameraman when Sean did that infamous trip to Ghislaine Maxwell's house?
Yes, I was, yeah. Yeah.
So, why... she's a big figure. Why weren't you Epsteined for doing that?
Me?
You or Sean?
Well, luckily,
why were you guys given free
been.
range to do that?
Maybe we will be in the future. You never know, do you?
But you just mentioned that sometimes people don't have the evidence they're just guessing.
Yeah.
Part of that, I mentioned that earlier. Can you give me a reason why Sean is able to talk about Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeff Epstein 24/7 without zero repercussions from YouTube? He can monetize his videos on it, and yet so many others who have tried to do the same get kicked off of YouTube. What's the answer for that?
I don't know. I don't really follow too many other people. I know David Icke was chucked off of YouTube, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah, and I think there was a movement to get Sean taken off of YouTube. It was a digital campaign for against digital hate. So there was an effort to get rid of him and other people. Brian Rose,
you mentioned
a few others, James English.
You mentioned the Chinese whispers and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think taking advantage, and Sean has admitted this, taking advantage of an autistic person and making her recreate her abuse, that can't be the same as Chinese whispers, man. You know, the way you're coming out and the way I listen to you, it sounds like all this stuff is unfair. All this stuff, he's getting attacked unfairly. You think this is unfair?
I think it was an error of judgment. He's made the prank video. It wasn't the right thing to do. And it's just fueled all this guesswork and people accusing him. Yeah, it was a wrong thing to do, and they shouldn't have done it. But I mean, are we going to still be arguing about this in 3 years' time, 4 years' time? No.
And I moved on for a minute.
I think people would get bored of it in a few months. There'd be something else.
I got bored of it.
We'll all be talking about that next.
When Uncle Terrence, a.k.a. and the guy or Andrew Guy, I'm
Oh.
sorry. When Uncle,
True feed. Oh yeah, go on quickly. Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
When Uncle Terrence was there, and started mentioning the whole deal about
Hello, brother. Who are you?
who are
Because
you?
all the excuses you are giving about not giving your name.
Who
I'm
the
a
fuck
cameraman.
are you?
Rubbish.
Wait a
Don't
minute. Who
swear
the
at me.
fuck
Cameraman.
are
Don't
you?
swear at me.
Who the
I'm a
fuck
cameraman.
are you, motherfucker?
Everybody
I'm a
Who the
cameraman.
fuck are you?
Now because this brother
Name
here
yourself,
is
or I'm gonna
working
hang
for
up on your bitch ass right now.
counterintelligence.
Name
You
yourself
are
right now,
working
bitch.
for
Name yourself right now,
brother.
bitch.
You
Name
are
yourself right now,
stupid.
bitch.
You
Name
are
your
the
fucking
one that
self.
will not.
One,
Everybody listen to
Pussy
this.
ass.
I'm a cameraman. I'm a cameraman.
Fuck out of here.
What is truth? TV podcast. What is truth? Let's take it to the live stream. Tell me what is truth? TV podcast. What is truth? Let's take it to the live stream. Weezy.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right. If you want the whole version, I went a little more wilder. Obviously I had to do a couple edits. Shout out to Chancey Poo in the live stream. Thumb Simpson's hands for Chancey Poo Poo for joining us tonight. I didn't even let him know about this. I wasn't sure when I was gonna post this, and then I said, "Fuck it, let's do it. Let's do it on Saturday night." And so maybe if I would have announced it a couple days earlier, we would have had a larger crowd. But it's all good in the neighborhood. We got a decent sized crowd. Yeah, Simpsons hands for Chancer. That shit cracks me up every single time, the way that ended. Epic ending. Yeah, when I recorded that, the comments kept coming in. Holy shit, this is the best podcast ever. Came out of nowhere. Look at that, Chancey Poo. Simpsons hands for Chancey Poo. I'm gonna ask you. I know what your answer is gonna be, but you can call in. StreamYard link is up top. But I already know Chancer, and I don't want to put you on the spot. So if you want to call in, bro, StreamYard link is up there. Anyone else wants to call in? Hit it up. Let me give you an update on the Attwood strike. So Attwood hit us with a copyright strike back in December, and we had no idea what was going on. I decided to fight it a few weeks back, and we got a notification that Attwood's team decided to counter our counter. So everything is in limbo at the time. So there's a chance this could be the last live stream on the Daddygate podcast. Or I don't know. So I was like, might as well go balls to the wall, you know what I'm saying? And upload this, and if everything turns out well, we'll continue to upload all these key events in Daddygate history on this channel because it's appropriate. And we all had fun today. I know most of you had already heard this, but maybe you only heard it once, and that was it. And it was good to reminisce, you know, it was good back. I hadn't listened to it. I'm being completely honest with you. I hadn't even listened to it for a whole year. So this was the first time I listened to it with y'all, and what a great time it was, wasn't it? So if you guys want to call in and give your thoughts on this epic interview or anything's Daddygate, hit up that StreamYard. And we have one person here, and we don't have to have just one person. It could be multiple people. We could have a rhetorical rhetorical orgy of sorts and get it going. All right, let's go. We got the lovely Miss Hev jumping in. If anyone wants to jump in with Miss Hev and I, it's not just a one-on-one thing. Multiple people could jump in, so just let me know and we'll get you on. What's up, Miss Hev?
Oh, hi. How you going?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. How are you, young lady?
Not too bad. That was bloody hilarious.
Wasn't it? Epic stuff, and good to reminisce, huh?
It really was. He was deflecting the whole way through that. Instead of answering any questions at all, the whole time he asked you questions back to deflect from what you were trying to ask.
It was clearly scripted in my mind, hearing it back and hearing the papers rustling. You know what I mean? Like, he was being coached into those answers. Like, there was times where I would ask him a question and then he wasn't even paying attention. It's like someone else was feeding him instructions, and thus, you see that, Missy? And thus, he was not paying attention. Oh shit, Hev, your audio is loud. Can you give me a sound test?
Too quiet?
It's on my end. I need to increase it. Okay, give me another test. Another test.
Test.
There you go. Okay. You're
Anyone
back
hear
on
me?
par. Yeah, you're good now. Sorry, I should have paid attention. Chancer caught that. So.
Oh, good. Good on you,
right.
Chancer. Yeah, Miss Chancer too.
Yeah, Chancer's
good on him for being here.
Chances a bows. Yeah, it was good. I'm on my third beer because I'm happy.
Okay, fair enough.
I made peace today. I'm ready for a war and peace. How are you, Miss Head? Are you good?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It was good to reminisce, and I want to keep doing that. I hope that this isn't the last live stream on this channel. Because like I said,
better not.
We're
like,
pending,
seriously?
Yeah, we're pending the copyright strike review, so we'll see how it goes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping all goes well, but you never know. You know, that's definitely one of the ways it could go. So
yep.
I was
this was one of the best ones you could have uploaded. Honestly, it was hilarious.
Yeah. Well, not only for the hilarity, but the importance of the whole Daddygate narrative. I could never get Sean to come on and talk to me. He was hiding from me. Never made.
Yeah, he'd jump in the chat, but he wouldn't actually talk face to face with you ever.
Never. And he knew why. That's why he put Callie in front of me. That's why he put James in front of me, and that's why Mr. Ian Puddick followed me on Twitter. He wouldn't do it, and he knew that his whole story would fall apart. And at the same time, to have James come on and talk to me, it proved the whole Daddygate wasn't just a figment of our imagination, but everything we had been saying was true, because Sean lied about it. He said the only other person that knew every single thing about Daddygate was James, and as you just heard, he didn't know anything. He was just the cameraman. So
I think they were both lying. I think James probably knew more than what he was saying. That he was being told what to say.
Yeah.
And all he was told to say was every time he asked you a question, ask him one back, ask who he is. And that's why I think in the end, the guy grabbed the phone and went, brother, who are you? They really wanted to know who you were. That was the main question over and over again.
Yeah. That was their game plan. Like, you know, we set up the interview. This may not be entirely accurate because it's been over a year or so, but as far as I can remember, we set up the interview about a week in advance. We were sending Twitter messages back and forth, and maybe I could pull up his Twitter and I'll show the Twitter messages. Might as well. Who gives a shit?
Yep. Why not?
And then he told me to use his logo as the thumbnail, and then when I used it, they hit me with a copyright strike.
I remember that. Yep.
Yeah, so
For using the thumbnail.
yeah,
When they gave it to you to use.
and that's the same thing that's going on with the current copyright strike that we have now. Sean hit us with a copyright strike for using the Cali Diamond thumbnail, which Cali Diamond sent to me and told me that was going to be the thumbnail. He directed me to do it.
Yep.
And I did it, and they hit me with a copyright strike. So that's, if anyone's listening to this for the first time right now, I know there are people that are like, oh, there's nothing to Daddygate. There's nothing to Daddygate. Well, you just heard that the whole narrative fell apart. On top of that, the ensuing copyright strike onslaught that came up about us because we exposed the truth of the matter. If you are against cancel culture, if you are against censorship, this should be a big goddamn deal and should piss you off, because I don't watch Attwood crap. If anything, I go to Odyssey and I splat the crap out of every video I see. But he had, in one of the videos I noticed, he had some gentleman, I can't remember the name, but they were talking about cancel culture. And I couldn't help but start laughing. I'm like, Sean Attwood having a show about cancel culture and crying about it when he himself has hit me with nearly 10 copyright strikes.
Exactly.
It's so hypocritical, man.
Hypocrite.
Exactly. So,
but yeah, what I was saying in the beginning, that when people couldn't hear me properly, every time you asked him a question about Daddygate, he asked you a question back, either who you were or, and he kept on going back on that one question all the time. That's one thing I picked up this time is just, they wouldn't answer a question, so they had to ask another question. Yeah. And it was always, who are you?
Who are you? Brother.
Oh, I'd love to know who that person was at the end there. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That person needs to get whatever it is out of their backside.
Yeah. Well, and that's a key to it all, was not only did that interview solidify our claims on Daddygate. Yep. So if you are new to the channel and you want you're coming in late, go back to episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe episode number 10 is the episode that Chancer and I did together regarding this interview. So if you just, for shits and giggles, if you want to relive Chancer and I's reaction, basically the after party of it all, I would encourage you to check out episode number 10. Let me verify that though. I can't. It's been so long.
Definitely. I've been there through nearly all of them, I think.
Attwood band. I think it was called like Snoozy. Wheezy Snoozy. Some shit like that.
Do you think you'll ever be able to put that Kelly video back up on YouTube? The interview with Kelly? I'm
going to put it on this channel. So that's why I asked for people to give me thumbs up if they wanted to do that or not.
Yep.
Okay, that's not it.
Definitely, because that's hilarious too.
It might have been episode number 11 where, let's see. Yeah, I think it was episode, you know what? I think it was episode number 11 where, I need to go to my Spotify. So if you can't see it on YouTube, that's the episode that got struck out, where Chancer and I did a review on the whole Daddygate saga.
Yep.
And that got removed from this channel. We are, as of the time of this recording, it is being fought. But
yep.
That's why you can't see it on YouTube. if you want to see every single episode without having to worry if you're in the UK or not because of the defamation crap, just go to Spotify or your favorite podcast player. If you listen to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, I would prefer Podcast Addict because it's free censorship and they would never remove anything. That's the one I would recommend. But that, if you go to our podcast players, you're not going to get the video, unfortunately, but you will have our entire shows on there. Let's see. It is, I'm sorry, should have had this ready.
That's all right.
That's number 9. Where the hell's Snoozy? I remember.
Can I mention Mr. G?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, you know what? It was Daddygate number 6. I'm sorry, guys. I told you guys number 10.
Number 6.
It was Daddygate number 6, and that is still on this channel. So if you were listening on this Daddygate podcast YouTube channel, Daddygate number 6 is the recap of the episode you just listened to. So if you guys are bored, need something to listen to, go back to episode number 6, and Chancer and I recap it, and we had a good time in doing so. And then on top of that, sorry, Miss Ev, but on top of that,
right.
If you want the entire 5.5 hour podcast, you don't have to listen to it in one sitting. You can break it up into 1 hour every day or whatever. But this link is in the description of this YouTube video. So the entire 5.5 hour, and I talked to Brian Harvey at the very end, and that was epic too because I fell asleep. And you could just,
we were all trying to ring in.
You could hear me snoring and whatnot. And Brian Harvey was such an awesome sport, and he kept the show going. So if you want that entire epic live stream, that was an epic live stream because I talked to Attwood's cameraman.
That was the 8-hour one, wasn't it?
No. That was only 5.5 hours. Only 5.5 hours. But
I remember an 8-hour one.
Yeah, we did 2 8.5 hours, and we did 1 10.5 hours. So. Wow. But if you want, the link is in the description if you are interested in listening to it, and it's start to finish, and it was epic. Like I said, we had that epic cameraman interview, and then we had the epic interview with Brian Harvey and me falling asleep. And then if you want to recap it with episode number 6 of the Daddygate podcast, we recap it all in its entirety. So there you go, some exquisite listening pleasure for all those that may want something to be listening to. There you go. So go on, Miss. I'm sorry I interrupted you. I just wanted to
No,
get
that's
that out
okay. I just wanted to point out that the people Sean advertises, like puts on his channel to, I don't know, seems to want to make them famous, like Mr. G, who's been all over YouTube talking to very, very young girls, and not in a nice way. This is a really predatory type of behavior. I couldn't believe it when I saw it.
Yeah.
I was searching for something, and something came up that said other viewers watch this or something. So, and I clicked on it and just couldn't believe what I was seeing. I'd never heard of the channel before, but these are the type of people that he promotes. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is just making criminals famous for nothing.
Yeah. It's...
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
There's something really, really wrong there. There's something really wrong.
That was one of the key reasons why I decided to upload, this key interview. It was a momentous point in the whole Daddygate lore. And meanwhile, ever since, Chancer's done his own thing, I've done my own thing. I've been having some awesome guests on my channel and covering awesome topics. And meanwhile, other people have moved on to the Deck of Wedgies circuit or whatever.
I didn't really follow that much. I didn't follow a little bit, but not.
Yeah, I didn't follow. I wasn't interested in it. And the problem is, what was once fun, epic, it just turned into a ball of shit, for lack of a better word. too many snakes, too many backstabbing individuals, too many people
Yes.
making up crap so that they can carry the torch of glory if that's what they wanted. Too much of that crap. And I was like, man, I'm not even interested in it. And I've heard bits and pieces of Uncle Terrence and Associates still bringing me up, still talking about me, and I'm not interested. So
Yep.
I know what I want to do is maybe, and I'm hoping this channel survives. It survives this current situation that we have with the copyright strike. But if it survives, you bet your ass I'm going to be uploading all these epic interviews that got us to Daddygate. And that's as far as my involvement with the whole Daddygate lore will be. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. My contact with these other guests with much, much bigger platforms, when they book me, when I book them, they all see Sean's crap on my channel. So that is my way of continuing to expose this individual. I don't have to do a weekly show on Daddygate. There's no need for it. My work will speak for itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it will. Yep. Just
So-
re-uploading all the old stuff would speak for itself.
Yeah, and then we have fun because, like I said, a lot of us. I'm sure I'm not the only one. It's been a year since I listened to the cameraman interview. I didn't like. I remember some parts, but I didn't remember other parts. Like when I listened to it again, I don't remember. I didn't remember at the time, or not remember at the time, but I didn't notice at the time the papers rustling in the background.
Yes.
All that stuff. And then I listened to it again. I'm like, holy shit. He was clearly being coached from the very beginning.
Exactly.
It's so obvious. And so
when you watch something more than once, you tend to pick up more things the more you watch things. Do you know what I mean?
Yep,
Even the
yep.
same, you can even do it with TV shows. The more times you see the certain thing or the video, the more you pick up when you're watching it. So, I mean, even I'd forgotten what everything except brava at the end, and it was really interesting to listen to again. Yeah.
And it brings back a little bit of nostalgia, 100%.
It did, yes.
And but I want to bring back, I'm a cameraman. I know who that is. Shout out to you if you're still in the stream. But that person brought up, why don't you need to upload the landlord videos as well? Oh,
yes,
shit.
you do. Yeah.
Yes, I do. And this now is a time to be uploading this stuff on this channel.
Yes.
This channel, it's completely appropriate. And
It
a lot
is.
of this stuff has been forgotten. It has been censored, and we need to keep it alive because they've tried to sweep it under the rug. They've tried to move on, but no, this whole situation, from obviously the whole Cali Diamond situation that we highlighted to the copyright strikes, to me, bigger than the other crap with a adult worker, bigger than that is the copyright strikes, because you can't call yourself a truther.
No.
Or someone exposing.
Or do videos on censorship when you actually go out censoring people.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Like, what a hypocrite, really.
And that to me is bigger than everything, because you'll have other people like, well, I don't really care if he was messing around with an adult worker or whatever. Fair play. Everyone has a different views on things. I can see why people would say that. But when it comes to filing copyright strikes on images that you and your crew gave me permission to use, you are now a certified fraud. And so that is what I want to highlight more than anything else.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I want everyone to know this shit. And so when it just shows the fakeness of this individual. I emailed Attwood and I said, dude, take back these copyright strikes. They're bogus. We are allowed to criticize you.
Yes.
We are allowed to mock you. And he never replied to my emails. So to me, that is bigger than the original Daddygate crap. The whole trying to deplatform any dissenting voices.
Well,
To
yeah,
me,
he's throwing
that's
strikes out all
bigger.
over the place.
Yeah. To
Remember?
me, that's bigger than anything. It overpowers everything else. And so when now, before, I suppose you could make an argument, oh, well, who gives a shit, that he made a GoFundMe that was a scam. I don't agree with that statement, but I guess I can kind of see where people were going with that. But now when it comes to copyright strikes and censorship, everyone that sees that, especially for what it was, when it was on images, when they were completely bogus to begin with, that's what people need to see and realize the
And
truth.
put it all together. And
Yup.
put it all together, and it doesn't make him look good at all.
Hell no.
Put that thing. I mean, did anyone ever get the videos of him and Kelly doing interviews?
No.
That would have been interesting if someone had have recorded them, because that would show the whole story from beginning to end, where everything that happened.
And that's exactly it. I don't pay attention to a lot of his material. However, some of the people that he has on, I know a little bit about.
Yep.
And these individuals, and I'm not singling one person out, there's been a few of these individuals, but they hate cancel culture. They hate censorship. They are completely against it. And yet they're still friends with Sean, a cancel culture warrior, someone who teamed up with an alleged cyberbully. And I don't want to get into that too much on this channel, but teamed up with someone who is allegedly an anti-cyberbully, who has leveled actual bigoted and racist statements against myself.
Yes.
This is the person that you are aligning yourself with, and you claim to be against cancel culture.
Yeah.
And all this wokeism. You are a goddamn hypocrite. And some of these people, maybe they don't know the full scope. So maybe
that's more likely true. Yeah, that's more likely true. But I don't know. I don't trust anyone on his podcast anymore.
Yeah. It puts a dark stain on everything.
It does.
And that's what I want to highlight by putting these videos back up, because they have been missed. And so by re-uploading them, and
a warning to anyone who's thinking of going on his show, please reconsider. Especially after, if you see this, oh my goodness.
And this is what you, as the viewer, the listener, can do. You can share this link to those videos if you have YouTube Premium or whatever, and spread the word. And if you want to download this video and upload it to your channel, doesn't matter if you have 2 subscribers. It doesn't matter if you have 10,000 subscribers. You are free to do that. I'm not going to hit anyone with any goddamn copyright strikes. So you're more than welcome to do that. And that's the way to get the word out. Yeah, I'm not going to pull an Attwood and try to silence anyone. You are more, this is what these videos are for. It's for awareness. There is no monetary gain to this crap. It's just awareness. So you have a character that is deceitful on their stances, isn't against cancel culture, because this person has already proven what side they're on by filing nearly, if not 10 copyright strikes. I don't even know what number we're on. So
Yep.
I'm not saying the exact number because I don't know, but it's close to 10. It's closer to 10 than it is closer to 5. That's why I'm saying 10 copyright strikes. That's a shitload of copyright strikes. And if you know anything about the copyright strike system, you get 3 and you're out. So by filing nearly 10, you are going nuclear. You don't want this truth to be out there. What are you scared about? If you stand on what you say, you wouldn't have to worry about this stuff. But hitting 10 copyright strikes,
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
it just shows you that you're full of shit and you're trying to cover
Desperate.
something up. Exactly.
Desperate to have this buried. And it's funny because as soon as I mentioned yesterday on my live stream, trolls came in. As soon as I mentioned the name, my God.
What
Then
were
I
they
got
saying?
trolled.
I was in there mostly. I was working on this stream, but I was listening. I didn't catch the trolls though.
Oh, okay. It was Hev's ex-husband apparently, and Hev's Lezo love. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't even know what it was.
damn.
They were so freaking weird, man.
I'll send you a DM on Twitter. I think I know who those people were.
Yeah, I think Missy
they were probably your
had-
ex mods.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That-
Yeah.
That to me is more than likely. They are bitter.
Yeah.
They're bitter, and that's how they think they can get back at you. So.
It was very strange. I was laughing most of the way through it, but it was just it got really strange towards the end.
Yeah. And I think they try to come into this stream. There was an account calling themselves The Honest Truth. Coming in.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're trying to do the same thing here. They're just trying to start shit. But just ignore them. They're no ones. They have no channel anymore.
Yeah. Well, I won't be mentioning those. I won't be like reading those comments out from
Just
people
delete
like
them.
that
Just
anymore.
have your mods delete them. Yeah, just have your mods delete them on site. No
Yep.
biggie. That's all they do. They're just trying to stir the pot, and they have no channel anymore. So now
Yep.
what they do, they're just trying to stir the pot on other people's channels. So
Yeah.
I would put some money that's who it was right there. Unfortunately, it wasn't an Attwood thing. It was more of a Mr. Bean type of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, it's just funny that I mentioned the name and then they came in. I just found that very strange,
well, as soon as you said the name, that's exactly what I thought about. I'm like, those were ex mods right there.
Yeah. Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, don't dwell on it. Yeah, they were nobodies to begin with. They're nobodies now, so it's all good.
But like Sean has actually struck, who is it, MRE, Mob Rats Exposed? Didn't he also strike that, what was he called? Your Favorite Demon or someone? He struck quite a few channels.
I can't remember.
Half of them he went on, and then anyone who talked about him, he struck their channels.
And that's the thing. Again, he just can't deal with the criticism. He doesn't want this truth out there.
Yeah.
And so that's the whole point of it.
Yeah. Well, it's hopefully gets out there now, and everyone share it if you can and get the word out. Because I did see Missy say some people have spoken out about him after they've been interviewed by him and asked for their content to be removed. Good on those people, and I just hope that people see this before they go on his channel.
Yeah. That's all we can do. And so we are no longer doing any regular Daddygate podcast episodes. But I said, you know what? We have this channel. Let's use it. If it gets taken down, then so be it. But it's better to use it than not. You know what I'm saying? So if it gets taken out in the next few days, due to the ongoing copyright investigation, let me fill you guys into what's going on with the copyright strike.
Yep.
I fought it 3 weeks ago, and according to a copyright strike, after 2 weeks, a decision is made, unless the party counters that counter, which Attwood's team did. So it's been 3 weeks, and every day this week I've been checking the emails from YouTube, checking.
Yeah.
And nothing. And obviously we're still streaming, so we're still here. And that is the latest update. I wish, I was hoping when I did the stream we would have a decision from YouTube one way or the other. And
yeah, it's a bit, that's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time. So that's what's getting me more nervous. The longer it goes, because let me fill you guys into that copyright strike the way I fought it. When I fought the copyright strike, I fought it in exactly the same way I fought the copyright strike against the Camera Boy, because it was very similar in nature.
Yeah.
Both of them filed it over images used. So knowing that the Camera Boy copyright strike was overturned by YouTube, I took the same approach, because why change something if it works? You know what I'm saying? So obviously that method worked once, so let's try it again. However, I added more to it this time around, and I said, Sean Attwood has hit us with many false copyright strikes, and basically told YouTube, at what point
does he get punished?
Does he get punished for making these false allegations? And I said, I'm not just saying this. Look into his past behavior. Look into these claims, and you will see that I'm not making these things up. And so I added that verbiage to the already. So the other verbiage worked just fine. It was plain and simple. The claimant, the claimant authorized me to use their image, something along these lines. Authorized to let me use this image. I have written authorization for this. These claims do not have any legal basis, and you have to be you have a limited spacing when you write these counters, copyright strikes and any of the shit. So you can't write like a novel. You only have a certain amount allotted space for it.
Yes.
So that was short and sweet, and it worked perfectly. It worked, and YouTube overturned the strikes. This time around, not only did I use the same exact verbiage, but I added that extra oomph into it. But this time around, unlike the other times, Sean has decided to fight it. So any number of situations could happen now. Now, it could be that this is the last hoorah we do. This is the last live stream on this channel. And if it is, who gives a shit? We had a good time. We had a good ride. All the shows are on Spotify. All the shows are on your favorite podcast player. So subscribe. Subscribe to my man.
Subscribe to the other ones in case this one goes down.
Subscribe to the What Is Truth TV channel. Subscribe to all that shit. We ain't going nowhere. So if this channel disappears, we are still around. I'm on Odyssey. Go to odyssey.com. Search What Is Truth Podcast, or simply Wheezy, Weezy. My channel comes up first in search. We're still around. So, and so I'm going nuclear with this action right now with the Cameraman, because if it gets taken out, then so be it. But I wanted to put this interview and bring it back to the forefront once again. If it does get taken out, now it's very possible that my competitor could get taken out. Now, the fact that YouTube is delaying any response, it's been over a week. I should have had a response by now.
Definitely. You get them pretty quick.
It's been a week, so they are investigating this. So, Sean, if you're listening to it,
good.
You hit us with a copyright strike. a false one. You brought this onto yourself. We are allowed to criticize you. We are allowed to mock you. And so in the event that his channel gets taken down, all roads lead to us because we decided to fight it. And so if you don't think we would do some kind of party, some kind of celebration over that, you bet your ass. But it could go the other way too, where we get taken down. So it could go either way. I don't know. It is nerve-wracking because we should have had an answer by now. And so it's very possible next week.
Into it.
Yeah, it means they're looking into it. And so, like I said, when I fought that copyright strike, I added that extra verbiage saying he has filed many false copyright strikes. At what point does he suffer repercussions for abusing the DMCA system?
Yes.
So it could go either way. I'm not confident that it could go in our favor. I'm being honest with you. I wish I could be honest with you. I'm being 100% blunt with you. It could go the other way, and this channel, you look on your subscriptions and Daddygate no longer exists. Or it could be my competitor's channel. So maybe next week we'll find out. I don't know. Hold on to your seats because
I'll be watching.
We'll find, one way or another, we're gonna find out. And I ain't going nowhere because I'm on Odyssey, goddammit. So if you follow me on Odyssey and anything finds out, you'll know everything on Odyssey. So freaking hit me up. I'm at 499 subs. Maybe someone's hit it up and I'm at 500 now. But 500 subs on Odyssey is freaking massive, and I'm truly grateful.
Congratulations,
Yeah, I'm truly grateful. 500 subs on Odyssey, I'm not exaggerating, is almost the equivalent to like 5K on YouTube. It's not an exaggeration at all. It's the pool of people on Odyssey is so much smaller. It's not even, it's probably not even 1% of YouTube's population. So to have 500 is a massive undertaking. And I am truly, truly grateful for each and one of y'all that subscribe. But if you haven't, please find me on Odyssey, because if this channel disappears, that's where you will get the update.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm not worried about it because we haven't been active on this channel anyway. So what happens. If it gets taken out, shit, we still got our own things going on. It don't matter. The show's still gonna continue. But in the event that our competitor gets taken down, holy shit.
That would be interesting.
Everyone's gonna find, even the people that support him are like, why did he go down? Why did he go down? They're gonna find out it's because of us. And hell yeah, I'll take the credit for that shit every single time. Hell yeah.
Definitely.
Sorry, I just went on a rant.
No, that's all right.
It's
interesting to listen to.
What are your thoughts on them, Zev?
I think it's a good idea, and everyone send good vibes to Wheezy so that hopefully it works in his favor. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not worried. You know, if one day next week I check the Daddygate channel and it's no longer there, I'm not gonna cry. I'm serious. I went through my own channel, which had way more subscribers than this one.
Yes.
Where we were getting 500-600 people in a live stream. I lost that channel. So anything after that, I mean, it's all good. You know?
It is, yeah.
I'm not worried about it. And
we'll still come over to Odyssey.
Yeah, we're still gonna be partying it up on Odyssey, no matter what happens.
Yeah.
But the point I want to make is, if we're gonna have this channel and it's just gonna be stagnant and just sitting there, and it was probably gonna get taken down anyways, we might as well go out with a bang. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you and I, Miss Hev, are doing right now. So if this is the last live stream on the Daddygate podcast, we're going out with a goddamn bang. We had a good turnout, and I didn't advertise it or nothing, and it's all good at the end of the day.
I actually shared it on my YouTube community
Thank
page.
you, Miss Hev. You're awesome. And you also, and I tuned into your live last night, and you announced it on your live. And thank you so much, Miss Hev. You have been a friend from the very beginning. You have done your own Daddygate videos as well. So
yes,
I've been propping myself and Chancer, especially with all the backstabbing going on, all the bullshit going on. I've said it on purpose that Chancer and I are the Daddygate kings. But
no, you are.
Let's not forget you, Miss Hev. You have done your own work on this. You have been a 100% supporter. You have been through the hot mic. You have been through the ups and downs of all of it all. And you have been there every fucking step of the way. And for that, Miss Hev, you will always be loved by myself, by Chancer, and by all of us. So mods, put Miss Hev's channel, if you can, on the live chat. Miss Hev, you deserve all the love. You are one of the very few loyal people. And so I've told you this before, but I want to say it again on this channel. That when I tell you I love you, Miss Hev, I'm not just saying it. They're just not words. I truly mean it. Because
yes, I do too. Definitely love you too.
And it's well known. It's well known that we don't agree on a lot of shit. And I don't want to focus on that. I don't even want to make it a focus on that shit. No. It's well known. And it's well known. The thing that makes our relationship and has always made it magical is that yes, we disagree on things. Even some things that are dear to you and dear to me, we disagree on. And yet we still have that love and respect for each other. Where else are you going to find that? Nowhere.
Exactly.
Nowhere. And so for that, Miss Hev, there you go. Miss T, thank you for that. She just put your link on the live chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Missy.
If you don't know about Miss Hev, she's got her own YouTube channel. She does. Tell people when you do live streams, Miss Hev.
It's Friday night UK and US, or Friday afternoon in the US, and Saturday morning in Australia, 9 a.m. I don't know what time it is everywhere else, on Friday night.
It's usually 7 p.m. On the East Coast. That's when you come on my time, 7 p.m. my time.
Okay.
The day before. So if you're doing them Saturday mornings, Friday night, 7 p.m. is with Miss Hev, which would mean that it's I believe
11 p.m.
It's 5 hours for me, so it would be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It would be midnight UK time. Midnight UK time. So Miss Hev, Missy just put Miss Hev's. Can you put it up one more time, or however many times you want? There you go. There's another one.
Oh God, love yous.
Miss Hev, if you love Miss Hev, which I do, she's been loyal from the very beginning. There's been a lot of people that have been fakes, that have befriended us, that have used us to grow their own merchandise and fucking YouTube channels and whatever, and used us. And Miss Hev has never done that. She's been there through the ups and downs. And you are one of the I've made a promise that I would never promote another YouTuber or creator again. The only exception would be you, Miss Hev.
Aw, that's very nice.
And I'm not just telling you this. I'm serious, because you have proven yourself over the last couple of years. You never once turned your back on us, and to me that is immeasurable. And it sounds cheesy, but it means so much to me. You know, in a time where ethics is down the fucking drain, and morality and all this fucking shit is thrown by the wayside, the fact that you have stood by us through the ups and downs, and there's been a ton of other people that have done the same. There's been other people that have broken away before, and then come back, and to them, much love to you guys as well.
Definitely.
But I want to give extra love to those that never left to begin with, and you, Miss Hev, are one of those people. And so, yeah, the only exception I would ever make in linking the channel or promoting channel would be for you, Miss Hev. No one else. I don't want to hear anyone. I'm not trying to kiss your ass, Miss Hev. I truly mean it. I truly mean it. Like,
I really appreciate
like if
that.
anyone came up, and I've had requests, put me on the Daddygate channel. Put me on the Daddygate channel. I've had those requests. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Don't ask me that shit. And that sounds cold-blooded. That sounds harsh. But after the betrayals, after the freaking lies, after all that shit, get the fuck out of my life. I don't want you.
It's understandable. It's hard to trust anyone. You know what I mean? Like, I'm probably already that way just because of life, but it is hard to trust people, and especially on, you know, on a platform like YouTube and that, it is really hard to find good people and trust them. You know, it's so I really appreciate that, and I feel the same about you and Chancellor. I appreciate you guys and everyone who's stuck with it. You know, Missy and Empress and all of us. You know, really, I do appreciate everyone. You know.
Yeah. It's been a hell of a ride, and if we're still around, if we're still around, this may sound cheesy, and you're listening to this 2 weeks, several months later, like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Daddygate's still up and running. This is why, because I don't know what's gonna happen. Next week could be completely different. So for all those people tuned in right now, this very well could be a farewell on this channel. I don't know what's gonna happen. But we've had tons of support over the last couple of years, tons of love, and you, Miss Hev, you are one of the very few creators. There's been tons of people that have had our backs through it all, you know. Everyone in the live chat that I can see, every one of you in the live chat, you guys have been awesome. But as far as creators are concerned, you are the only person, Ms. Hev, that I would recommend on, you know what I'm saying? The only time I would ever recommend someone's channel is when I do things on my channel, on my Odyssey channel, and I invite a guest. Of course I'm going to recommend their shit. I invited them on. But when I'm talking about, like right now, this was just an impromptu thing. I didn't advertise it. We did it. And if anyone else would have come on, I'm not no longer entertaining anyone else. I've been screwed over so many times, whether it's this freaking fake media, fake truth, this Kaya Louise, all these crowns. And I feel bad for the people that I asked to subscribe to them. I owe you. I've never said this. I'm going to say it tonight. I owe you guys an apology. I genuinely thought these people were legit. I fell for their shit. I was double crossed by these individuals.
Yeah.
And I owe you guys an apology. I do feel terrible about that. I've never apologized for that, and I am sorry for that. I should have done it sooner. But as a result of all this double crossing, of all these backstabbers, I will no longer ever promote another person's channel or whatever. The only other person is you, Ms. Hev, and you have proved yourself time and time and again, and you are the only exception. So there you have it.
That makes me feel really special.
Well, you are special, Ms. Hev, and I'm not trying to kiss.
Dying breed? Is loyalty
I'm
dying?
not trying to kiss your ass. It's just that's the truth. And you follow me, Ms. Hev. I know. Yep. I know I genuinely even feel bad when I cuss around you because I know you don't really do that as much. But I try to watch myself because out of the respect I have for you, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's lovely.
No, I'm not trying to be lovely. I'm being genuine. That's just me.
That's just,
And
I also have trouble taking compliments in case you haven't noticed. So that's why I just keep saying that's lovely.
there's a lot of people. I know some people out there that are the same way. But when I fucking tell you guys something, you
Yep,
guys
you mean it.
take it. God
Yep.
damn it. I don't just
Thank
sprinkle
you.
these goddamn compliments like fairy dust. No, I mean it. So you take
Yep.
that, Miss Hev.
I will. And I'm sitting here with a red face. It's all like, oh,
That's good. No, I mean it.
yeah.
You've been someone like you that has been awesome from the very beginning. I don't give a shit. That's the damn truth. You've been awesome
Yep.
from the very beginning. And even
Oh,
through
yeah,
the controversial times, Miss Hev, you have stood
Yeah.
there. Can you tell me? Let's go back in time. This is the Daddygate podcast channel. Let's go back in time. What did you think of the hot mic incident?
I thought it was people overreacted really badly to it. I didn't see anything really bad in there. It wasn't like it's just two guys talking.
Be honest with.
Have they never heard two men talking before?
Exactly, Miss Hev. But
Oh my God.
I want you to be raw and honest. Did it bother you even just a tiny bit? If it did,
No.
I want to know that.
No. No, I just thought, oh no, they've accidentally caught themselves talking, just having a boy chat, you know?
Yeah.
That's nothing.
That's
if
exactly
you
what
ever
happened.
heard two guys over talking in Australia in the western suburbs of Sydney, that would be nothing. Like that is nothing. I've heard a lot. Oh my goodness. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like I didn't even see anything wrong with it. I don't know. I thought everyone overreacted. I'm like, so what? It's two guys talking in private.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they said, oh, $20. They weren't bragging about making $20 for God's sake. My God.
That was the most ridiculous thing. Like, I make over $20 an hour in my job. I make that.
Exactly.
I make more than that an hour. And I'm not
Yep.
trying to brag or whatever. I make more than that. That's the truth. I make that
Yes.
more than an hour. Why the fuck would I be like?
Bragging over
They made me
$20.
sound like I was living in a cardboard box and I just got
Yeah.
$20 and I was so happy because I was gonna pay my bills with that money. Like, no, I make way more than that an hour.
Yep.
It was the
Yep.
sheer fact that people appreciated our content that made us
Yeah.
excited about it.
Yeah, you get
When
excited. You don't realize.
when you
Yeah.
can't see the humanity behind that, and we both didn't even realize we were being recorded or live streamed. And for Chancellor's defense, he had no idea. It was my stupid ass that fucked that up, and I
Yep.
accept all blame. And
But it was blown out of proportion. Nothing was that bad.
no, it wasn't. It
Everyone
wasn't.
took little bits of it and tried to tear it apart and go, "Oh, look." And it wasn't. I don't know. I didn't
Yeah.
think it was. I didn't
There
think it was
was
bad.
nothing. But the thing is, when the stakes are raised and there's a lot of tension going on, any little fucking thing people can
Set
grasp
people
at,
off. Yep.
they're
Yep.
gonna go for it, and that's what
Yep.
happened. But then through it all, there was some people that left for sure. There was other people that left and then came back. Much love
Yep.
to you guys. But then
And shout out to the people I missed out on who've been here the whole way through. I did
Fuck
mention
yeah.
just Missy and Empress, but there's heaps of people.
there's heaps of people.
Yeah, there's heaps
and-
more.
And shout out to all the people that stayed through it all. One of
Yep.
those people being, she's a mod. Her name is Secret Squirrel.
Ah, yes, Secret Squirrel.
Secret Squirrel. After the hot mic incident, I thought I was going to quit YouTube altogether. That's how
Yep.
seeing the shit ton of comments come in and call us every name in the book. Chancellor lost, I don't know how many subscribers, so I don't want to speak for him. But I lost 300 subs over that shit. 300 subs is a lot of fucking people.
Yep. Well, they weren't thinking right at the time. They were
but-
obviously influenced maybe by someone else picking it apart and trying to
Yeah.
point out things that weren't really there, and oh my goodness.
But the point is, I lost 300 people during the hot mic
Yep.
in a matter of 2 days. That's a lot of fucking people.
Oh jeez.
I mean, 300 people in 2 days. So that demoralized me quite a fucking bit.
Yep.
At that point in time, I felt like just walking away and saying, F this. I'm done. I'll go back to playing video games.
Yep.
And if it wasn't for people like you, Miss Hev, if it wasn't people like Miss T, like Squirrel, I probably would have. And
Yep.
think about all the awesome guests that I would have missed out on. All the awesome opportunities and the conversations that I would have missed out from. So to
Exactly.
you people that stood by me, stood by us,
Yep.
I want to tell you much love for that. You guys kept us going during a difficult time, and that is not a counter response. That is me spilling my goddamn guts, and I mean it, because I was very close to just saying fuck all this shit.
Yeah.
And weirdly enough, one of those people that reached out to me during this time was Callie Diamond.
Yeah.
And so when people have criticized me, oh, you're being extra nice to Callie, blah blah blah, this is why.
Yep.
Because when everyone was shitting on me, Callie could have easily said, you stupid dumbass.
Yep.
You dumbass. Good. You know, like rubbing it in my face.
Yep.
And instead, Callie said, she showed me her human side. And she said,
It's good to know she's got one. I'm glad.
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's
I'm
good
being
to know
honest.
she's
I'm not
Yep.
trying to portray her as a saint.
I know.
I'm just
I know.
being honest with you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like
And then people got upset too when you interviewed Callie, when
Yeah.
really we needed to get look, even if she did lie, we needed to get all sides of what we thought was going on, try and work it out. And I know people didn't like you doing that, but look, I think it had to be done.
yeah.
And you have the patience of a saint sometimes. Honestly, I would have been going, oh, come on, you're BSing me. Come on.
Yeah. And like I said, you know, maybe Callie will listen to this. Maybe she won't. I don't know what she's up to anymore.
Yep.
She knows where to find me, and she could have reached out to me at any time. But the only reason I'm bringing that up is me being transparent and not bullshitting people and forming some fucking narrative that would fit in perfect. The truth of the matter is, when everyone was shitting on me, she was one of the few people that reached out and was human about it and saying, Wheezy, it's okay. You're gonna be fine. And it was a surreal moment for me because she had every opportunity to fucking step on me and dance on me and shove it in my face, and she didn't.
Yeah.
And so it is for that reason that, I did appreciate that moment, and it did mean something to me, you know.
Yes.
I don't care what anyone says about that. I don't care. I'm just being honest and raw with myself. You know what I'm saying? And raw with everyone. That's just the honest truth. And so that doesn't mean I endorsed her behavior preceding or afterwards. That doesn't mean any of that shit. I'm just giving you a fact of what happened, and that is all. You know?
Yeah.
The
And that's what
problem
you got to
is-
do. If things knock you down in life, I've learned you've just got to get yourself up, dust yourself off, and go again. Or Elias' song, was it? Pick yourself up and try again, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I've learned from, mainly being online. Pick yourself up and keep going.
Yeah. You have to. You know,
You do.
we're living through uncertain times, and
Yep. Anything could happen at any time.
You need that base. You need people that you can lean on, because there's
Yes,
very
you
few of
do.
them at this point in time.
Yep.
So, yeah. Again, I'm not trying to. I don't know. I'm sure I get criticized for the way I do things, for the way I carry myself, or whatever. I'm sure I do, and maybe it's deserved. Whatever. I don't care. But
No, I don't think it is. I think you have your own style.
One thing you can't say is that I'm being fake. I spill myself. You can think I'm as wrong as you want.
Yeah.
No
but you're not
question.
fake.
But I'm just telling you how I feel. You know what I'm saying? And so that's all I can be, is just real. And so that's just what it is. And I just rambled. Sorry,
That's
Ms.
all right. Yeah, that Adam in the chat said, always showed her respect even when sometimes she didn't deserve it, and you did.
And I got a lot of shit for that. But how, if someone agrees to come on my show and I just shit on them, how do I expect that to be a good show?
Yeah.
They're going to hang up right away.
Back,
They're going to hang up right away. So it's the same
you have
thing.
To be patient.
It's the same thing when I did that podcast with Joyce, whatever the hell her name was.
Oh, yeah, that weird one.
Yeah, with the freaking nails on the chalkboard voice. And she was defending Attwood. She was yelling and screaming at me. I never even had to raise my voice. I was calm.
Yep.
And
I remember that was insane.
And everyone that heard that show, I don't have to big myself up. I feel confident in how that interview went, that even though she was yelling and screaming at me, and I didn't even yell or scream back at her. I just calmly retorted her shit. And the truth ended up speaking for itself.
Exactly. And then she thought she won or something. I don't know. She thought
went
she
on
had
her
it all
channel.
over ya.
She went on her channel saying that I deleted the interview. And then I went back to her channel. What are you talking about? The interview is still on my damn channel. What? When people lie like that, it's so ridiculous. You have the evidence in front of you, and you're still
she
lying?
didn't want to say it. She didn't want to say it. No, she's part of it. I don't know. Must be part of it.
Yeah, it was a joke.
I think there's a whole little group of weirdos that are part of it.
Tons of them, yeah. But I don't know. We can't dwell too much on that shit. And
no,
there's always gonna be fucking weirdos everywhere, no matter where you go. That's the sad reality of it.
It is.
Too damn many, dude. You got weirdos. And I got to remember I'm on YouTube and I'm drunk. So I'm trying to watch what I say, what I says. But you got weirdos, you got MPs talking about getting, they've already gone through the multiple, and I'm watching what I says here.
Yep.
You got MPs on Twitter talking about getting multiple medical procedures done. And still coming down with infections.
Yeah. I don't see how they think it's logical.
You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have those type of people everywhere. Where like, at what point do you not wake up and realize that you've been scammed and duped? And it's the same thing with these other characters that buy into all these other bogus narratives. Oh my God, Wheezy is a bad guy. Oh my God, Wheezy is a crackhead that died. Oh my God, Wheezy is a woman beater. Oh my God, Wheezy beats his family. Like,
insane.
I don't even know, man. It's like, whatever, man. People is
That's
gonna
what I mean.
believe.
I think there's a team. I really do think this is all a big team.
Yeah.
They all seem to be over there. They're all, I don't know what's going on. There seem to be a team of people, mate.
100%. And I'm not focused on that.
I don't know who that is, and I don't know them. And then next thing you know, they're hanging out with them, or I went and seen them, or, this or that.
Yeah. I'm not focused on that shit. You know.
Yeah.
And what will happen will happen, and it's all good.
Yep. You sound like you should probably wrap up soon.
Yeah, we can wrap it up. I only wanted to do an hour anyways, and I'm kind of buzzed right now. I'm on my
That's
third
what I was
beer.
thinking. In case you say something that you,
I don't want to
like-
say nothing stupid.
yeah, don't say anything. Yeah, on
I'm
here.
still with my faculties, but after
Oh,
another
good.
can,
Okay.
I will lose them all, and I make no guarantees. I get, and part of the reason why, Miss Hev, is because this could be the last hoorah, and if this is the last hoorah, it's like I picture. This is gonna sound cheesy to some people, maybe most people, but to me it means a lot. It's like, fuck it, I don't care what people say about this shit, but this is how I feel.
Yep.
It's like being a Native American. The U.S. government is ready to throw your ass in a reservation. Fuck it, let's go to battle. We'll throw our.
Yep.
We'll do what we can. If you're gonna throw me on a fucking reservation, I'd rather die throwing a fucking spear at your bitch ass. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to corral me. You're trying to corral me and make me live a socialist life. And you're gonna give me these food stipends instead of letting me hunt wild ass buffaloes.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I'd rather you kill me than stop me from doing what I love. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
if this
And if they're going to take you out, I hope they go down.
if they take me out, fuck it.
I hope they
I'm
go
still
down.
gonna be hunting buffaloes, goddammit. And I'm gonna be hunting buffaloes on Odyssey. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, exactly.
that's what it is. I
And-
don't care what people say about that.
If this was the last live, it was full of love, I thought.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah. And if this is the last live, if you're listening to it and you still got it, download the video, share it, upload it to your own channels. This is an epic chapter on Daddygate. And I'm going to upload this video, this conversation with Miss Head.
Yep.
The whole complete thing, I'm going to upload it to Spotify. So if you haven't already, subscribe to your favorite podcast player. I always say Spotify, but Spotify has been taking down a lot of shit. So let's go to Podcast Addict. Podcast Addict. Download the app on iPhone or your favorite Android, whatever.
Yep.
Podcast Addict. It will be on there. Every single episode. So if you can't download a video on the Daddygate YouTube channel because of a defamation claim or whatever, every single episode will be on Podcast Addict. So this conversation with Miss Hev will be on Podcast Addict as well. Share the hell out of it. If you run into someone that says Sean is a god, Sean is amazing, blah, 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 share this link with them and wake them the F up.
Yes,
So,
please do.
If this is our last hurrah, then that's what it is. And so that's why I'm telling you guys about these links. And in the end,
And I'm really glad. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, and if it is the last hurrah, I'm really glad I got to spend it with you.
Oh yeah, but you spend it with me on Odyssey anyways, Miss Head.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be back. Don't you worry.
Hell yeah. So I ain't worried about a thing. And if this channel is gonna be here, I'm gonna use it to my advantage. I'm gonna put the landlord lady part 1 and 2 and the Cali interviews. So if this channel still exists next week, we'll do one of those videos. We'll do it like we did tonight. We'll replay it. We'll go through it as a family because that's what we are. And then we'll do a live call-ins, and anyone who wants to call in, we'll do that again. So if something happens on the contrary, oh shit, y'all know where to find us.
Yep, definitely.
I'm not even butthurt about it. I'm not even scared. I'm not crying about it. It's whatever. It's all good.
Yeah, it was like that the first time my channel got the first channel got taken down. I was like, oh well, badge of honor. Like I was a little bit,
yeah, I've been through that. I've been through the ringer. It ain't no thing but a chicken wing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I ain't worried about it. It's all good. We'll make it work one way or the other.
Yeah, exactly. We'll just be somewhere else. That's all.
Oh yeah. All right, Miss Hev. Thank you so much. You were
Okay,
awesome.
thank you for having me, and much love to you, Easy, and everyone in the chat. And
Where can people find you,
everyone-
Miss Hev, before you leave? God damn it.
Okay, you can find me on YouTube as Heaven Sent, all one word, HEVNSENT, and on Odyssey, BitChute, and Rumble under Hev Truth Seeker, I think, or Hev 123 Truth Seeker on some of them. I don't know. I forgot all my names.
People will find you.
You'll
And,
find me.
hell
If you
yeah.
go to YouTube on my channel, all the links are under every video. There you go.
Exactly. So, thank you so much, Miss Hev. You were awesome. And
No
you-
worries, Weezy.
like I told you earlier, I mean it. You are the only person that we would ever promote. Everyone else
Yep.
can go eat a bag of ding dongs.
Yeah, and I have much, much love and much, much respect for you too.
And thank you, Hev, for the shout out on Fridays. So hell yeah, appreciate
Oh,
that.
that's okay. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
All right,
No
Miss Hev,
worries.
thank you so
Okay,
much.
you have a good night.
You too. Bye bye.
Okay, bye everyone.
All right, y'all. That was the lovely Miss Hev. And everything I said about her, she was super awesome, super exquisite, super everything. You know, she's had her back. And I can't, unfortunately, say that about other people. And so, at the end of the day, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have anyone else in the calls, so we'll just wrap it up. If this channel still exists next weekend, we will upload another classic interview. So keep your eyes open for that shit. And we will do so in a accordingly fashion, you know what I'm saying? And that's what's up. All right, y'all. Much love. Thank you guys for everything.